This week, a hot new bombshell.
After bombshell after bombshell.
Bombshell.
A lot of stories were tracking, including an absolute bombshell.
About a
Which is
bombshell.
there was a major new bombshell.
Unbelievable.
Bombshell conversation.
Reality Bombshell.
Hello and welcome to Reality Bombshell, the comedy podcast that investigates the not true crimes of your guilty as pleasures and examines reality TV through a true crime lens. I'm Ben, my pronouns are he, him.
I'm Kelson, my pronouns are they, them.
I'm Ariel, my pronouns are she, her.
We're three longtime friends who have bonded over love of true crime, and one of us is a reality TV obsessive, but that's not me.
Not me.
It's me. Guys, oh my god. Okay, I'm going to say this every time, but I'm so excited about this one today.
That's because every time you are that
You are
excited.
genuinely excited.
Yeah.
But I'm particularly excited because we're getting into season 1 of Vanderpump Rules today.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say Vanderpump Rules is the first time that you've talked to us about reality TV that I actually processed what you were saying. And I don't even mean that in like a rude way.
Yeah.
But like you were telling me about it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like some tea and everything like that.
This is some freaking tea.
Some tea,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's get started.
We're just going for it.
We're just going
Yeah.
for it.
All
Yeah.
right.
So,
Let's do
I
it.
guess let me start. I believe Vanderpump Rules began in 2013,
Okay.
which we talked about when we
Yeah.
talked about the move from
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly Hills to Vanderpump. What do you guys remember about Vanderpump?
So it's at the restaurant where you take your mistress.
Yes.
Correct. Do you remember what it's called?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you remember what SUR stands for?
Sexy, unique
restaurant.
restaurant.
Yes. I
The
knew
worst
sexy.
restaurant
Yes.
name
Yes.
ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they have
Servers.
servers.
Yeah, servers.
Yes.
Yes.
Someone from Vanderpump Rules is Sheena works there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was a mistress for Leanne Rimes' current husband.
Yes. Eddie Cibrian.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
And then they also did that sick transition between the episode Beverly Hills and Vanderpump Rules.
That they did.
Yeah.
That they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. Yeah. Let's get started then. So, welcome to SUR, you guys.
Working at SUR is different from working at any other restaurant. The servers all want to be models, actors, writers, singers. The servers at other Hollywood restaurants just want to be waiters at SUR.
Like I've mentioned before, SUR hires aspiring models, actors, mactors, and requires a headshot.
Actors? Model actors.
Model actors.
Okay.
It's giving cult. Like everyone wants to be. All these other servers want to be like us.
Yes.
I love that you went for cult
Cult.
with that because
Yes.
my first thought was like 8th grade cliques.
That's where
That's-
I was going. Yeah.
Which are also
They're
cults.
also cults, to be honest. Yeah.
So, yeah, 8th grade clique is pretty
Yeah.
much exactly what we're working with
Yeah.
here. So, let's talk about their web of relationships. Okay, I'm going to have Peter here explain. Peter is the SUR manager.
Okay.
All right?
Manage SUR?
Yeah, I like that. Manage SUR. There you go.
SUR is a bit of a merry-go-round when it comes to relationships. I used to date Stassi, who's now with Jax, who used to live with Tom, who is now dating Kristen, who's best friends with Stassi and Katie. Oh, and Katie and I also hooked up, but now she's dating Tom Schwartz, who used to live with Tom Sandoval and Kristen. Yeah, it's a little crazy.
It just kept going.
Yeah. It's a little more... No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that two of them are named Tom
Right.
doesn't help.
That's
Yeah.
where it gets confusing.
Sure.
I'm surprised one of them doesn't go by like Thomas. You know what I
No,
mean?
they're Tom and Tom. Yeah, but
Weird.
we will be calling one of them something different.
Cool.
Sandoval?
We're going to call him Sandy.
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 Oh my god, I
'Cause,
love that.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Because we can.
Sure.
Because the problem is they're both Tom S.
Right,
Tom
that doesn't
Schwartz
help.
and Tom
Oh my
Sandoval.
God.
So
Right.
it's
That's
just, you
ridiculous.
got to figure out some other way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about who we're dealing with here. First, we have Stassi, our queen bee.
Oh god, you know this is gonna be bad because the photos are so small.
Yeah.
Normally it's like the whole screen for the
yeah.
photo. This is like a small corner.
So she is like she's like the it girl of the SUR restaurant. Okay. She's 23 at the start of the season.
Okay.
She's from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Work.
She is a server. She is a self-proclaimed princess. Her mom told her she was a descendant of a Swedish princess growing up, so she tries to act like one.
Oh.
Um,
Is she really?
I don't know.
No one knows.
Yeah, is she,
Cool.
what's it, Mia Thermopolis?
The Mia Thermopolis? Yeah,
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, except like she
Not-
wasn't like shy. Like she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yeah. And actually more recently, Stassi learned that she's like a very distant relative of Gypsy Rose.
Whoa.
So
that makes her royalty. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's
Yeah.
royalty to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's sharp-tongued. She commands a room. Lisa Vanderpump calls her a kind of jacked-up, overzealous, cheeky little minx.
Whoa.
So that's Stassi Schroeder. Okay. Stassi is dating Jax.
Oh, we got the lines and everything.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, because, you know, they're going to start to intersect as
Yeah,
we
yeah.
continue on with this show.
Yeah.
So this is something that we will come back to, this particular graphic that I'm building here. I actually almost printed it and put it on a board, but I didn't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Got a
one
full
day.
web.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
Also,
it's
where
going
would we
to
have
change.
put that in this room?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Jax is 33. He's from Michigan.
Is it JAX?
JAX.
Okay.
He's a bartender at SUR. He's been living with Stassi rent-free for 6 months.
Good for him.
He started dating on like a Thursday, and by Saturday he was moved in.
Whoa.
Oh.
So
And I thought I moved fast. Like moving in after 4 months.
Jax, Jax can be a little manipulative. I don't want to give anything away.
I feel like that's true if you move in 3 days after
3
you
days
date
after.
and then you live there rent free for
That'll
6
do it.
months.
He's also 10 whole years older than Stassi.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, she's 23. He's 33. Yeah. And
yeah.
he's a former model.
Okay.
Well, he's
Former.
still a model, but like at this point, you know,
He's
a
33.
server.
So
Yeah, well, he's a
server.
bartender.
He's a bartender. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stassi got him the job. So
Ah.
he basically like is mooching on.
So they were
Stassi.
dating before he started working there.
Yes.
Got
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Jax, his best friend is Tom Sandoval.
Okay.
Sandy.
Sandy.
He's about 29. He's from St. Louis. He's also a bartender at SUR. He's very much a diva.
His hair gives that away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom is known for shaving his forehead.
Elaborate?
How?
Like he has a hairy forehead that he shaves?
No. I don't know. There's
Do
just
they-
clips of him like just shaving his
okay.
forehead. I mean, like I get if you have like peach fuzz, it's better to like clean it up if you put on makeup, but like forehead? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with like beauty products. He's never met a beauty product he doesn't like.
He's metrosexual.
Yeah, but he's also like dramatic as hell.
Yeah.
So he played trumpet in high school.
Oh, okay.
We get
Yeah.
it. Okay,
We get it.
great.
Yeah, Ben.
So Tom Sandoval is best friends with Jax. They lived together previously. Okay. Tom Sandoval is dating Kristen Doty.
Okay.
Okay. Kristen is around 30. She's from Michigan, I believe Dearborn specifically.
Sure.
She's a server at SUR. She is blunt and emotional, and I don't want to misdiagnose her. I'm pretty sure she has been diagnosed with BPD.
Got you.
So I adore Kristen. She is the best character in Bravo. She just gives so much. She's been dating Sandoval for 4 years. She introduced Stassi to Jax because she knew Stassi from working at SUR. Tom knew Jax from living together.
Got it.
Gotcha.
She introduced them. Stassi got Jax a job at SUR.
And they moved in together.
And they moved in together.
And then they started working together too.
Yes, like a year and a half after they lived together. Yeah. Okay.
I could never work with David. And I say that with like so much. I don't know how my parents work together.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
spend every waking minute together.
I know.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they like talk
That's
about
a
it on
lot.
the show. Like Jax
Yeah.
is like, I literally spend every moment, work together, live together, play together, because they're
Yeah.
all best friends. too.
Yeah,
This is a whole
yeah.
friend group. They all like
Hang
it's
out.
a little family. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we have Tom Schwartz, who is not a full-time cast member in this season, but he will be. Schwartz is around 30. He's from Florida. He is a model, actor / supposed bartender.
He looks kind of more a mess than the others, I'll be honest. Maybe it's just the
It's
photo
the
chosen.
photos.
It's the
because
photos,
Yeah.
not
those-
great. The
Everyone
other
else's
from
photos are
promo.
like
Headshots.
yearbook.
Yeah, they do
They're
look like
from
yearbooks.
the SUR promo from the first episode.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
So that's not a great photo. It was just the one I found quickly. Yeah.
Sure.
And Tom Schwartz is like kind of more like passive, conflict avoidant. He's always the most liked guy in the room, and
Because he's not threatening.
I also think it's because he's the most liked guy in the room at the expense of his partner, Katie.
Uh-oh.
And we'll get into that more in like future episodes, but Tom
Yeah.
Schwartz is like painted as this like the nice guy, but he's kind of not. He
Yeah.
sucks. Katie is around 27. She's from Utah. She's a server at SUR. She's loyal. She's always backing Stassi. VPR starts about 1 to 2 years after she had a traumatic brain injury,
Whoa.
which we don't find out until a couple seasons down the line.
Yeah.
But it definitely explains her like moods and highs and lows and what have you.
Her like regulation.
Yeah.
So we have 2 females in this current web of 6 that have mood disorders.
Yeah. And Tom Sandoval is a narcissist, and Jax is a sociopath. So
Great.
it's like
I'm so curious. I assume not, but are those officially diagnosed that they said on the show?
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Are they officially diagnosed?
Yeah.
At one point, Stassi has Jax take a sociopath test. Sandoval, the more we get to know him, the more it's clear he's a bit of a narcissist.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
They're all alcoholics.
Oh, of course.
They're all...
That's just restaurants.
Right.
Right. They're all also doing all sorts of drugs.
And that's just Hollywood.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. Like Jax recently, like a couple weeks ago, came out and said he's a cocaine addict. And he was like, I know you guys didn't know this. And everyone's like, no, we knew.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we watched the show.
Yeah.
They're like literal episodes where you can see him snorting coke in the background.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
But he's like, I was being discreet about it.
But
guys.
like,
right.
never talked about it. Yeah.
You guys never knew. I was so good at hiding
Exactly.
it.
So these 6 are all like a group. They're a family.
Sure.
Okay. And then in addition, we have Sheena Shea, who we talked about. She's not really
Connected
to anyone. She's just the new girl.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, who was the manager at SUR, who previously dated Stassi for about 4 months and went on a date and hooked up with Katie.
Okay.
And then we have Frank, who is not really a cast member and not super important yet. He's a bartender at SUR. He's important in the context of season 1, but then he's irrelevant.
Okay.
Got it.
Right. Okay. All right. So
and I see there's a little line with him and Stassi. Did they hook up or something?
that's what we're getting into today.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
So, any questions?
No, I honestly, the graphics pretty solid.
Yeah. There's a lot of people involved
There's
here.
a lot of
but-
people and 2 people named Tom.
Yes.
So we have Sandy, who's dating Kristen, and Tom Schwartz who's dating Katie.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
I'm for sure gonna have to look at that again later.
That's
we'll
why I
circle
wanted
back.
to print it out and put it on the wall, but it is what it
One
is.
thing that I'm glad is that all the people look pretty different. Like sometimes
True.
when you're talking about housewives, I'm like that they
look the
those
same.
2 blonde women look exactly the same.
And as we watch more clips, we'll get to know them more.
Yeah.
And then as the show continues, we'll
Sure.
get to
Oh,
know
of
them
course.
way better.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that like the back alley of SUR?
That is exactly what it is. This is the back alley of SUR, where many a fight has
I was gonna
taken
say
place.
fights and cigarette
Alright.
breaks, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. It is like...
I don't know the show, but I do know restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
dynamics.
restaurant industry, the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the back alley at SUR, the first ever alley fight we see, Stassi, the blonde, has Sheena doing all the grunt work at SUR, like polishing glasses, whatever. 'Cause
Side work.
Sheena's,
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
because
she's
Sheena's
new.
the new one. Exactly. Lisa tells Sheena she has to confront Stassi. They have an argument in the back alley of SUR where Sheena says she didn't know Eddie was married. Stassi says, bullshit, you can Google him. Like I said, but whatever.
So this drama carried over from...
Yeah, I mean, this is like episode
So
1.
what is
Sure.
Stassi just like picking a fight about Sheena having an affair? Like, does she have any personal like investment in it?
Segue. So, Stassi is very insecure about her relationship. She's been cheated on many a time, and
Gotcha. Projection.
she does not trust Jax.
Yeah.
And Sheena is as Stassi says, a husband-stealing, fame-whoring piece of shit.
Whoa.
So
Yikes.
she doesn't like Sheena.
Yeah.
She makes her do her grunt work. Sheena brings it up. Stassi says, yeah, I'm insecure about my relationship. And Sheena's like, that's not my problem. And she's like, then get away
Correct.
from my boyfriend. So,
Whoa.
yeah.
Was Sheena? Did it look like Sheena was doing anything to like hit on Jax or anything?
I mean, she was like joking with him and like laughing. Sheena's very flirty.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Sheena's in a long-term relationship
Yeah.
with a guy named Mike Shea, who's also irrelevant. Sheena's pretty much irrelevant after this moment.
Okay.
But like
Yeah.
setting the scene that Stassi
Yeah.
is very
Threatened.
insecure about
Yeah.
her
Got you.
relationship with
Yeah,
Jax.
yeah.
Okay. So, episode 2. Jax doesn't drive Stassi to work, so she's really late. Every year, SUR has a Pride float at West Hollywood Pride, and all the servers go and they stand on the float and whatever. And at Pride,
Are the servers? Are there a lot of like openly queer servers there? I'm just curious.
not that is shared with us.
Okay.
Later, there is a trans server.
Oh, word. Yeah.
But,
And it's completely possible that there's queer people and they just didn't want to put
and
it on
also
TV.
like all of them are pretty much bi anyway. They
Yeah.
all like kind of make out with each other anyway. So
Interesting.
it's,
Okay.
it's Hollywood.
It's-
okay?
yeah,
You
it's-
know,
it's
a
West
little-
Hollywood,
Yeah,
too.
right. It's,
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah.
fluid.
Yeah.
So, like, Jax asks Sheena to put sunscreen on him, and Sheena's, like, rubbing sunscreen on his, like, shirtless chest.
I just don't know about that. Okay,
And-
there's no reason for you to be putting on his chest. I get if it's, like, the back
I
or
think
shoulders.
it may have just been the back and shoulders.
I don't know about that.
She did it purely to, like, poke at Stassi. I mean, come on now.
Sure.
Yeah, she wanted to get a rise out of
she's
her.
instigating. She's
Right.
for sure.
So that's kind of where we are now. And now we are at lunch with Stassi and Jax, where they have a bit of a fight here.
Okay, is this the scene of the crime?
No.
We're
This
still
is
in
all
backstory.
backstory.
Oh,
It's
damn.
all backstory.
Where'd you sleep last night?
What do you think?
Kristen said you didn't sleep there.
The car.
Why wouldn't you sleep at Tom's?
I just didn't want to. I have a blanket and pillow. I was fine. I had to get up early and wait for the shoot anyway. It's not a big deal.
Parked in front of our apartment? What kind of guy decides to sleep in his truck instead of coming home to his apartment and sleeping with his girlfriend of 2 years? A child. That's who.
I'm just tired of sleeping at my friends' houses.
Well, you could have gotten out of your car, taken your keys and opened the door, and just gotten into bed. Like, and gone to sleep like a normal freaking adult. Use your brain. I just don't understand.
It's not that easy sometimes because you get hostile.
Jax, it was in the middle of the night. I was sleeping.
Yeah, but that's usually when you're
No,
at your
Jax.
prime.
When
Yelling
have I
at me.
ever woken up? Like, really? How do you think that makes me feel? I am alone in my apartment that we're supposed to be sharing while you just get to go and sleep at your friend's house, then go get drinks and get wasted, or go sleep in your truck, or go do whatever you want. I don't leave. I don't get to leave. We used to talk about getting married and, like, all this stuff, and it's like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, you don't even plan for tomorrow, much less a future with a family. I'm 23 years old. I am in a amazing catch. I deserve so much better. I have my whole life ahead of me right now, and I'm not gonna put up with some 33-year-old leaving me every night. I want somebody that has his together and doesn't give a about boys' nights and partying and this and that. Grow up. Grow up.
Yeah.
She's right. She's 23. Like, she has other options. She's not in a rush. Not that you ever have to be, but she's not in a rush to
I love when
settle
she's
down.
like, I'm 23 years
Correct.
old.
At first I was like, okay, girl. I thought it was gonna be like Ariel and the Little Mermaid, who's like, I'm 16. I'm an adult.
Come on, Dad. Yeah.
But she was like, no, I'm a catch. I'm like, okay, actually, that's fair. You
I
know?
thought you were about to drag me, and I was like, what did I do? Freaking mermaid.
Jax would be one of those guys on the dating apps who's 33 and like says still figuring it out.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
the categorization.
Why do we think he slept in the car?
Because he for sure didn't sleep in a car. He was fucking somebody.
Correct.
Thank you.
100%.
Not even a question.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
back
I don't
to-
believe that for a second.
The lies are so much easier to tell here.
Yeah.
Like it.
You know, that's so interesting. You say that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a bad lie.
It's a bad lie.
Yeah.
I was sleeping in my truck and then I went fishing early and that's why you didn't see me.
No, you had to
Okay.
shoot
that.
early.
Yes,
Oh
you're
shoot! I thought he said fishing. And I was
Yeah.
like fascinating.
Yeah.
You
Either
know,
way.
yeah.
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 No, it doesn't make sense either way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you'll.
No,
pick
of
that
course
up.
he wasn't sleeping in
I
his
didn't
truck.
want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil it.
No.
Yeah. All right. Great. So
Yeah.
that's the state of their relationship.
Not
as
great.
We leave it at the moment. All right. So we're at Peter's birthday at a bar called Mixology, which I couldn't.
Original name.
Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
find on Google because
Because if
know
you
it's
just
hard-
Google mixology,
yeah,
yeah.
nothing comes up.
Yeah.
So Jax thanks this guy Frank, the aforementioned Frank, for driving Stassi to the party, and he's like, "It's what friends do." Jax walks in and immediately downs 7 shots.
Whoa.
He came in like the Fonz, like, hey, party's here, hey. Goes straight to the bar and downs 7 massive shots before even saying hello to his girlfriend. It's time to grow up.
And those looked like double shots. Those didn't.
Yeah, those were, like,
Yeah, those were.
hefty.
Yeah.
They were mixed shots. So
True,
it's-
but
It's still
yeah.
hard liquor.
Yeah.
And also they
True.
were meant for everybody.
When you said he like immediately downed 7 shots, I thought he like went to the bar and he was like, "Can't get a shot," and he did. I was like, "Okay, let me get another one." No, they were just lined
They-
up, and he was like throwing them
Shooting
back.
back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
7
Yeah.
shots, I'd be on the floor.
The alcoholism
Immediately.
is
Yeah.
rampant.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah. It actually, so, a sidebar, I guess, but now, I guess we're, 12 or 13 years after?
12.
12? Yeah. And you can, the men in particular have aged like milk.
Oh, I'm sure, because at least the women, I'm sure, were using like facial products and like
and Tom Sandoval using facial products.
Yeah, worried about like upkeeping their appearance.
And they've probably gotten work done.
Yeah,
on top of
true.
That.
Yeah.
So have the men.
So have the men.
Yeah.
They also, the men in particular, I think their alcoholism was like way worse than the women.
For sure.
Because men tend to have more
higher tolerances and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean Jax looks awful.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Schwartz looks terrible. Like it's finally catching up to them, which has been interesting. Because there'll be points where like they're in their third. I could not party like that 5 years ago.
No,
I never.
Let alone
partied
at the
like
age
that.
of 29. You freaking kidding me?
No, not a chance.
Absolutely
no
not.
way.
All right, so Stassi gets a little worked up about this. Obviously,
fair. Yeah.
She says she's had enough, and now they break up. Oh, spoiler alert!
Oh my god. Is this the crime, or are we still Dexter's? Holy shit! Okay.
Get that there needs to be a breakup. Do you not get that?
That's crap.
It's not my problem.
And
And I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm not gonna feel bad for you. I'm not. You don't have me anymore. Go get your own damn place. Go get your own furniture. Go get your own TV. Go make a life for yourself.
All right.
Sorry, like.
All right. Sure.
Was that like a Dylan's ice cream?
Dylan's Candy Bar.
Yeah, we have those around here,
in front of
right?
a Dylan's Candy
Yeah,
Bar.
in New
Yeah.
York,
Yeah.
So yeah, Stassi breaks up with Jax over his immaturity.
Good. Yeah.
So she goes to brunch the next day, tells her friends Katie and Kristen about it, and let's just watch.
I'm sure it makes sense for the show, but the idea of like breaking up with someone and not telling your best friends until the next day is insane to me. I would have been walking away texting you guys immediately.
Sure. I would have called you in the car.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, I'm sure she told them before.
Okay,
just in the context of the show, this is what we're seeing.
Gotcha.
I mean, I understand like wanting to say it in person if you know that you're gonna see them the next day. Maybe no. Is that just me? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I have to be alone right now.
So you're just taking a break to figure out what's going on?
It's a breakup right now. I'm not calling it a break.
I honestly thought for sure like you guys wouldn't be getting married like
within
like a
soon.
few years or
you guys are the cutest babies. Maybe you guys will reconcile it.
I don't know, we used to have so much fun.
I know.
You guys are Barbie and Ken.
Driving around in her convertible with her ponytail. Remember when he picked you up from dance?
You guys just like looked so like good together.
He picks you up, he's in his sunglasses, he's like this, and Stassi like jumps in with her little sports bra on and her ponytail, her blonde ponytail, and they go riding off in the wind. You guys went to like Palm Springs or something?
Once the storm settles, things work themselves out, but you have to be like proactive about it by like
Not effortless, it's effortful.
Not effortless, it's effortful.
Kristen and Katie always take Jax aside, and it's freaking ridiculous.
I'd be so pissed.
Those are not her friends.
No,
they do not like her.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't imagine being like, I just broke up with this person last night. They're like, well, when you guys get back together, like,
you're so cute
you just
together.
have to put the work in. Do you remember the time that he
It's
picked you
not
up? That's
effortless,
adorable.
it's effortful.
Yeah. Oh my! I would have left. I think I was sitting here with the same exact expression that she was having.
Yeah,
because I was just flabbergasted.
It is like mind-boggling.
Literally.
Yeah, and I mean,
I would have left. I would have
it's-
just gotten up and left.
I think it's because their boyfriends are Jax's best friends.
Yeah.
So
They're all so codependent.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And like now Stassi's broken up their little family of 6.
I also feel like there's like a middle ground you can have though, even if like that is how you feel. You can be like, this is really tough, like, if you need a shoulder to cry on, like, we're here for you. And also like, this doesn't have to, if you feel like you want to reconnect with him, like, that's a natural feeling. Like, I feel like there's like a way you can,
whatever you decide.
Yeah, there's a way you can kind of wiggle it where it's like, okay, maybe this doesn't have to be like a forever statement, but still not just be like, oh my god, but you guys would have the cutest babies. Like,
crazy work.
Insane.
Crazy statement for the
And like, we don't know if maybe they said some of those things before, and it
but
wasn't.
even if they did, they were saying all of this though.
That's true.
Right.
Like,
no, totally.
yeah,
absolutely.
Oh my god.
Right. So, Kristen and Katie take Jax's side. Oh my god. All right. Enter Frank. Frank was the guy that drove Stassi to Peter's birthday party. Okay. Remember.
Why does he look like an ex-con?
I was thinking ex-military.
Same thing.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't have an answer for you, but Frank sucks. So
Great.
He was like the most square head I've seen in my entire life.
That's
what it is.
ex-con. Yeah,
Yeah, he looked like a meathead.
Yeah.
So Jax and Frank are friends because they're both bartenders. At one point, Jax is like venting to Frank about his relationship with Stassi and how like tough it is, and Jax is like, "Oh, you guys should break up."
Wait, Jax is like that, or Frank is like that?
Jax says to Frank, like, we're going through all this stuff, and Frank is like, "Oh yeah, like you should take some time."
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And like Jax is like, "I think I'm going to San Diego for like just to take some time by myself," and Frank is like, "You should totally do that."
I'm sensing undertones.
Yeah.
I'm sensing some motivation.
Kristen, who is like Jax's like best friend, pretty much, tells Jax that Frank and Stassi went on a date. Yikes! And they are currently at a bar called Supper Club.
Is this the crime?
This is still.
Oh my god!
I know.
We'll get there. Be patient.
I will let you know when it is the crime. Don't worry.
Okay.
So they're currently at this bar called Supper Club, and Jack's like, "Fuck it, I'm going to Supper Club. I'm gonna go see her." And
never a good idea.
Never a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, he probably had 7 shots and then came up with that idea.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So Frank is wasted, mocking Jack, saying like, "Oh, I should write him a thank you note." Like, whatever.
That's funny.
Frank sucks. Jax shows up, pleads with Stassi to take him back.
Does he have like a boombox, like an 80s movie?
No, he should have.
Yeah.
Frank goes to the bathroom, so Jax then approaches Stassi and is like, "I love you, like, get back together with me." And Stassi's like, "I love you, but I can't." Like, she's like crying.
Fair.
She's like, "I can't do this." Frank returns from the bathroom, sees Stassi with Jax, and drops a massive bomb. Still not the crime.
A bombshell?
A bombshell. That Jax got a girl pregnant in Vegas 2 months ago.
Whoa.
I'll let that sit for a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we just got so 2 months ago.
2 months.
So are Frank and Jax close? Like, how does Frank know this?
They're friendly.
They're, like, friendly? Okay.
Frank covered Jax's shift while Jax went to Vegas to help this woman get an abortion.
Whoa.
And then he was also, like, in a car when the girl called him or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's a little murky, but Frank
He
knows.
The basic details at the very least.
Oh, my God.
So, if you're Kristen and Katie, would you believe Frank?
I mean, that seems like kind of a crazy lie to pull out of nowhere.
Correct.
However, Frank is like
trying to get with
Stassi.
I guess.
So it's murky.
It's murky for sure. I feel like the fact that it's like in Vegas, like that's what's weird to me. Like if he's just lying about this, why wouldn't you just be like some girl in Hollywood?
But also the pregnancy thing as a whole, like that can be proven. Like if he were going to lie, he would have just said, "Oh, he hooked up with this girl." He wouldn't have said he got her pregnant.
True.
That's like 3 extra steps of the lie.
That's true.
Yeah, it feels like there's enough details to me that it does feel legit.
Yeah.
But I do understand why people would be suspicious.
But as we've already discussed, men are not good liars, so
They're
maybe...
So, yeah.
Especially not Jax.
Correct.
So we'll be exploring that.
Great.
Yeah. So the next morning, Stassi is sobbing in her apartment that she shares with Jax, with Frank, and then a bunch of other servers that we don't really know, Jen and Jeremy.
Just like hanging out.
There.
They were like, "I think this is gonna be fun."
Yeah.
They
were like, "I want to be there for
this." They
this.
also wanted to be like friends with Stassi because she's
they want to be like supportive and also like
and like
I want to see what's going on.
Right. So Katie and Kristen show up and they're like, "Who are all of these other people here?" Stassi tells them the Vegas pregnancy story and they don't believe it because they're like, "Frank told you this? Like, really?" But Stassi fully believes it.
Yeah.
Frank is like pacing in the room. He's like ready to fight Jax. He's like, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Stassi moves all of Jack's stuff, dumps it in the hallway.
Good.
They open up all of his bottles of Cristal, drink it like they're 40s.
Oh my god.
Like just shooting them back.
Edward 40 hands.
Yeah, exactly. They put like cigarette butts in it. Like 4 or 5 bottles of Cristal.
Also not safe.
Yeah.
It's very flammable.
Like after they.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they finish the drink and then so that he can't even like get anything out of it or like use the bottles, they put their cigarette butts in it. And Jax then returns with Sandoval to their apartment. Sandy, exactly. Sees the damage and tells Tom that it's all made up.
You effing asshole, you're a cheater, this and that. When did I ever cheat? I never cheated. Why is this happening? God, I f***ing hate Frank, man.
How can you ever trust somebody like that?
You're my buddy. I work with you, you f***. He realizes, okay, Jax took her home. He's up one. So he comes over here. Oh, by the way, did you know Jax cheated and got some girl pregnant in Vegas? Like, if you knew this, why wouldn't you talk about this weeks ago? I'm in shock. I'm in shock.
When I heard about this, I've known Jax for so many years, and I know when he's lying and I know when he's not. And he's definitely telling the truth.
I've never cheated with Stassi. Never.
I still...
Do you believe Jax?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I think that based on his lie about sleeping in a truck,
correct,
which I feel confident is a lie, for him to be sitting here and being like, I've never cheated on Stassi, that's the thing for me. Like, if he were sitting here and he was like, look, I've made mistakes, but like I didn't get anyone pregnant, then I'd be more inclined to believe him.
But to go like
he's like doubling down, which I get.
Yeah.
But he's just doubling down on it, which I feel like makes it harder to believe.
I mean, the fact alone that he is 33 dating a 23-year-old doesn't bode well for him.
Yeah. And Tom just like being like, I know when he's lying and he's not lying. And like, I'm so furious.
And, and like
big outsized reactions.
Yeah, and I just feel like a lot of guys don't hold their like male friends accountable for their behavior. So like I think it'd be crazy if Tom Sandoval was sitting there and was like, well, you know what, I think you might have messed up on this one. Like, that's just not really
later in
what
the show,
happens in male relationships a lot.
Outwardly say, both the Toms and Jax, they all say that they cover for each other all
exactly
the time.
Yeah that's very male friendship, like bros before hoes kind of shit, you know?
Like there's one point where like someone asks if Jax cheated on a different girl, because and Schwartz is like, well, I wouldn't tell you even if he did, but he didn't. Yeah,
and that's
like,
now
I
believe great,
right,
cool.
Right.
When you preface it with that,
yeah.
And something I didn't include when we were going over who everybody is.
There's more.
These people are all they're all anti-heroes. Let's put it that way. You don't want to root for them because they all do really, really crappy stuff. Almost all of them have cheated on their partners. Mm-hmm. Just not.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, no. Right.
Just the nature of how incestuous the restaurant is, like that's unavoidable. Like, you know.
Yeah, totally. So that's that. Katie and Kristen don't like Frank. They let Stassi know.
I think Frank's intentions right now are not the purest. All he wanted to do was get in your pants. Hello.
So, a lot of people want to.
Good for her.
She knows her worth.
Exactly.
I guess.
And also, like, I feel like it's crazy, like, as her friend who's, like, clearly rooting for her to be with this guy that doesn't make her happy, to be like, I don't think he has purest intentions. Like, well, okay, you don't either.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so I'm not really, I don't really care what you think. Hello.
Yeah.
Stassi needs to find
new friends.
a whole new set of people to hang out with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It really doesn't feel like anyone's fully in her corner.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
it feels like people are only being in her corner if there's something they can gain from it.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah. Kristen, similar situation here.
He's making me really happy right now. And I wish, like, you guys could see that.
I don't think it's him. I think it's because it's a nice guy that's not Jax. That's what I think. I think in a month or 2 months, you're going to be bored out of your f***ing mind. That's
okay,
what I
well, then
truly
think what you want, but let me do this on my own.
No,
let me write it out.
I'm not going to tell you who you can and cannot date.
No
She literally is.
She's literally saying that. And also, like, so what if you get bored in a month or two?
Right.
Like,
at least he's treating her nice for like
for
a month
or two.
She
if you
deserves
get
that.
bored, you can move on. Like, who cares? You can have a little fling.
Yeah, Katie and Kristen don't come out looking great.
No, not at all. So far, they're the biggest villains. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
So
also, I love Stassi being like, "No shit, you can't tell me that," because that's like what she is doing. She's trying to tell like, "Well, you can date Jax, but you can't date Frank," and it's like,
excuse me.
No,
yeah.
You're right.
All right. Now we are in the location of the crime.
Inching towards the crime.
God, yeah.
It is Stassi's 24th birthday.
24th.
Oh my god.
And we are all heading to Las Vegas.
We're going to Vegas?
We're going to Vegas.
Are we going to find the girl?
No. No, sorry. No.
Damn. I was like, that's a crazy way to spend your
However,
birthdays.
Nothing good happens in Vegas.
Oh,
so.
never happens
Never.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, Sheena is not invited.
Okay.
Just not.
She's
Sheena's just not
irrelevant.
even.
Yeah, she's
it's
like,
not
I don't
even
know
here.
you guys.
Jax is uninvited.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stassi is bringing Frank as her date.
Yeah,
Okay.
slay.
So, Kristen and Katie refuse to let Frank in their car, and their boyfriends refuse to let Frank in their car. So, Stassi and Frank have to drive separately. So now there's 3 cars.
How far's the drive?
From Las Vegas to LA? I don't know, probably, 90 minutes?
It's like 2.5 hours. A little more than that, I think.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
it's not that
It's like
long.
here to New York or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
okay.
terrible. So in car 1, we have Kristen and Katie.
Why are they taking 3 cars? Like, why aren't the boyfriends and girlfriends just in the same car?
Because so Kristen and Katie are in car 1.
Yeah.
Car 2 is Stassi and Frank. Car 3 is Tom, Peter, and Jax.
Tom.
Oh.
Who decided to
They're
show up
smuggling him in.
anyway.
Oh my god.
So if I had to guess, that's why.
I'd be pissed if I was
Correct.
Stassi.
Yeah.
I'd commit an actual crime if someone did that to me.
It's her birthday.
Yeah.
Oh
crazy.
So she gets to the hotel room that she is sharing with Frank, and Jax has shipped a massive bouquet waiting for her in the hotel room that she's sharing.
He's like love bombing.
Correct.
Yeah. He's a sociopath.
Literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
So now we're in a hotel room. Peter asks Jax what is going on.
What I want to know is, like, what was the story around this prostitute / stripper / porn star?
I am being set up. I've done a lot of
My
bad
whole
things. Have
thing-
I done drugs? Yes. Have I slept with a prostitute? Yes.
Yeah,
And was
but-
I a bad guy? Yes. I have nothing to hide. Did I get a girl pregnant in Vegas? Yes, I did. Did I get a girl pregnant in Vegas 4 months ago? No. Did I get a girl pregnant in Vegas 3 years ago before I met Stassi? Yes, I did.
Interesting.
So the timelines are
Now-
maybe
Okay.
And now
mixed
Jax
up.
is fully changing his story.
Also, who's running the restaurant?
Who's working there right now?
I mean, it is actually like a subplot of this episode. Is like they're understaffed, so they have to all like work harder. Yeah.
But they
Like,
all
Sheena's
together
there.
take
So part of it is that Stassi says like when it comes to this kind of thing, I ask who I actually want there first, so they can ask for off.
Sure.
Yeah,
And then the people I don't really
And then tier
want
2.
there,
Yeah.
that I ask them, and by the time they ask for off, like
They-
Lisa
yeah,
will
it's
let
not as
them. So
prioritized,
there are
yeah.
people running the
Yeah.
because at this point in the show they are still all working at SUR. So
Right.
like they have like Lisa's in the restaurant.
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
Like they're all notably short staffed at
Yeah.
this point. But yes, great question.
I'm more inclined to believe him now, even though I think it's weird that like the story changes. Because like I said, now he's at least owning up and being like, I've done shitty stuff. Whereas before it seemed like he was trying to paint himself as like the perfect guy.
Right.
So like I am more inclined to believe him now, but the timeline
And
is
everything's
really
shifting
interesting.
where he's like, I did do it, but it was years ago.
Right.
Yeah, whereas before he was like, I've never done that.
Never done
He also said, I have nothing to hide, but has clearly been hiding a
this
lot.
for the whole time. Like,
Right.
if you had nothing to hide, why wouldn't Stassi have already know about this girl you had knocked up?
Correct.
Right. So Peter says he's seen so much shit happen at SUR that he believes it. That he believes that Jax is telling the truth.
Okay.
Oh,
That
okay.
Frank is setting him up.
Got you. I could see Frank like knowing about this for whatever reason. This happened years ago, and then like making it seem like it's more recent because it's like, okay, well, like he did do it. So if I'm trying to get with Stassi, let me just like change the timeline on this. But it's not an unbelievable thing
Right.
because he did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now I am more inclined to think that Frank's being sus about it.
Yeah. Fair enough. So now we go to the actual scene of the crime.
Finally! Oh my god.
We're at Stassi's birthday dinner.
Oh,
At a
it's
bar
always a dinner.
with belly dancers. There
Oh,
are
work.
3 sheets to the wind.
What does that mean?
Drunk.
Oh, okay. I genuinely
Drunk
didn't
as
know.
hell,
Yeah,
yeah.
gotcha.
Very
Okay.
drunk.
Now the party's here.
Oh.
How are ya? Hi. What's up, buddy? How's it going? What's up? How you doing? Baby. You alright? Happy birthday, Stassi.
Totally cordial. So nice. Thank you
Frank,
for the...
suck my...
Insane.
Insane
Not only does he
behavior.
show up at her birthday dinner, he shows up in a chunky white sweater.
Yeah, interesting look.
Yeah.
And the way he like very purposely says hi to everyone else, and then is like kind of like, "Hi, Stassi," and he's like, "Frank, suck my cock."
It's her birthday.
Literally,
Like, if this were just like
a dinner,
that
a group
a
trip
friend
to
dinner,
Vegas.
yeah, that's one thing. But like,
She'll be your
Villain.
ex-girlfriend's birthday after she broke up with you.
yeah,
Absolute
and all the
villain.
people who clearly knew he was gonna be there.
right?
Right. Yeah.
It'd be on site.
I would be
It could be.
shocked.
On site.
I'd be shocked if Katie and Kristen weren't also aware.
There's
that
no way they
They
did
have
that.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
To
also-
them, I'm sure there'd be some great reconciliation that happens in Vegas once they like get away from LA.
Way.
Like,
They're delusional. They're
Yeah.
all
Oh, yeah.
delulu.
yeah.
Right. And like Lisa didn't know, but like okay, she had to approve Jackson's
Prove him-
off.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like, come on now.
Oh my god.
So obviously this becomes
a massacre, I hope.
Mhm.
yeah,
Frankly.
yeah. So Frank is like, you were not invited. Jax is like, no one likes you, Frank. Stassi's like, why are you ruining my birthday?
Yeah.
And it just becomes insane. And now we're going to watch the actual, like the part one of the crime.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Everyone shut the up. This is my birthday.
Thank you,
Shut
Stassi.
the up. Jax, shut the up. You were disinvited by me. Sorry you showed up. Do not disrespect Frank. He just came in and attacked Frank.
All right.
Tell him to calm down. He
Frank,
is that. You lie about everything, Jax. You lie about everything.
Who? Ask one person here. Ask.
You Stassi?
heard me, bitch.
Ask her. You're a pawn.
Do not f***ing say you Stassi, you are
Dude, get out of here. Nobody wants you here. Nobody wants you here.
You're
Get out of here.
He just said you, bitch. Are you kidding me?
Loser.
You'll see
You're
it.
33 years old,
Go
living off
see
a
it.
23-year-old.
Go see it. Keep it. Go taste my. Go
working
taste it.
model,
Go
yeah.
taste it. Go taste it.
Good luck,
Go
pal.
taste it, dude.
She's so right for throwing a drink.
Tom Schwartz said, "Fuck you, Stassi,"
At her birthday.
At her
Correct.
birthday, and like,
Yeah.
shut up, you fucking bitch, and then
Literally.
poured a drink on Stassi's
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom
That's
Schwartz sucks.
They all
They
suck.
all
They all
suck.
suck.
Every one of
Yeah,
them
Yeah,
sucks.
Tom Schwartz went like totally unscathed after this. Like he
Oh my
did
God,
not
really?
get. Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
he just didn't get the.
The backlash.
Yeah, like he's still
Wow.
just the jovial Tom Schwartz.
Even if Frank is just trying to get in Stassi's pants, he's the only person who's even appearing to be in her corner.
Right.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
We are once again at a fight at dinner, which again
Yeah,
is...
hello.
It's like 90% of reality. TV.
Yeah.
And
They're
this
all
is-
together, so they're
Yeah.
gonna fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
No, yeah. So Jax is. Yeah, you watched it.
I'd be pissed.
Livid.
Oh my god.
If this were my birthday,
Literally,
crazy.
I would have stabbed someone with a fork.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
absolutely.
so
Correct
serious.
response.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh my god.
So this, they all go outside because if they're gonna fight, they might as well be outdoors.
Yeah.
Kristen is like yelling at Frank, blaming Frank. Production is separating Jax and Frank.
Oh my god.
Stassi is still inside
How
yelling
frequent
at
is
Schwartz.
it that production comes in to separate people during fights?
When it gets physical.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it doesn't often get physical.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
in Vanderpump it does. But like
Yeah.
on Housewives it doesn't.
Because they're all coked up.
True.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Stassi's still inside, just like yelling at Schwartz, just
Oh my
reading him
God.
the riot act
Good.
because like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah.
And somehow Sandoval ends up shirtless outside.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, yeah. So then they here we go.
Motherfucker, you want to go? Let's go. Let's go.
So Jax rips off the chunky sweater and runs at Frank.
And then they just kind of like hug for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I know it's like a grapple, like it's like a fight thing, but it looks like they've
They're
like
just hugging.
been disconnected and they go at the airport and
think
he's like,
that-
hello, and he like picks him up and hugs him and like spins him around.
I think that was a producer
Oh, okay.
holding
Gotcha.
Jax back. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was Jax
No, no, no.
going
No,
at Frank.
I think it was. Hold on. I think Frank is shirtless in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
That
So,
makes way more sense to me.
why Tom Sandoval is shirtless? I don't know.
Because he's coked up.
It's not even like
He's drunk
remotely
and coked up.
involved, and it's
Yeah.
Tom Sandoval, and he's like,
It's
an
also
opportun-
Vegas. It's like pretty hot
It's
there.
an opportunity
Yeah,
to get
you
on
know.
camera.
Yeah,
that
right.
too,
and, like,
yeah.
look at my abs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Frank gets in a cab. Everybody else gets in a limo, and they leave Stassi behind at the restaurant.
Oh,
Frank, you
poor
shouldn't have
girl.
left her. You're the only one who's even pretending to.
Frank
oh my God.
sucks. Okay.
They
Yeah.
all suck.
They all
Every
suck.
one of them sucks.
Everyone except for Stassi.
Stassi needs
All
to
right,
get
so-
away from everyone else.
Yeah.
Who's to blame?
All of them.
Everyone except for Stassi.
Stassi-
Literally everyone.
Stassi needs to leave.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So Jax. How do we feel about Jax?
Fucking guilty.
Jail for every one of them.
Yeah. Fair.
I think the best we can do is like rank who's the most guilty to the least guilty because
Okay.
they are all guilty.
All right.
Okay.
Fair
So
enough.
I think most guilty is Jax.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then it's Katie and Kristen.
I agree.
Okay.
I think it's very criminal to not be in your friend's
Terrible
corner
friends.
when they're
Totally.
like going through something like this.
Totally.
And then I would probably put Tom Schwartz.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't that bad until the birthday party, but then he like amped it
It's
up.
like his emotions just like he
Yeah.
got too
He got like too
coked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Frank,
Yeah, Frank is next. And then
Sandoval, and then Peter and Stassi should just
Yeah.
run away.
Yeah, and just be besties.
Have their own great life
Open their own
somewhere else.
Chippendales.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Peter's not guilty. I want
No,
yeah,
Peter's not guilty. And I don't think that Peter. So, I think that Sandoval may have been covering for Jax.
Yeah.
Peter, I don't think knew anything.
I don't think so.
No, totally.
Yeah. I don't think he had any kind of information that he was withholding.
So what is everybody's punishment?
Jail. Straight to jail.
Jax does go to jail.
Good for him.
At least once on the show.
Oh, I believe it.
Like later down the line. Yeah.
I think Jax has to pay rent.
Yes.
But like expensive rent. Like he's in like a shitty studio and it's like $4,000 a month, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And not date women 10 years younger than him.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that Sandy. I just don't think that he should be able to like be allowed near Jax because it seems like he like can't contain himself.
Yeah, they definitely like
they need to be like
heighten
separated.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandy or Schwartz?
Sandy.
Yes, Sandy. Yeah.
I think Sandoval needs all of his beauty products taken away.
Yeah,
so true.
good call.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have no coke privileges for a good.
Oh yeah, that's a blanket.
Yeah, a blanket, no
Only
coke
Pepsi.
for
Yeah.
Pepsi only for a month.
That'd be horrible. I don't like Pepsi.
Yeah, me either. We went to dinner once, and Kels and I both ordered Coke. You ordered Coke, I ordered Diet Coke, and it was Pepsi, and you just didn't touch it.
No, I don't like it.
You just did not drink it.
I just did not drink it. No.
Like, you're not gonna drink that?
No.
Like, no.
I don't like it.
Like, oh.
If they told me that it was Pepsi, I would have been like, never mind, let me just get a water. Like,
yeah, right. That's wild.
I'm not a
Anyway,
fan.
sorry. I just think about that a lot. What about Kristen and Katie?
I think that they have to join like a women's support group. like learn how to support women. Like it's like court mandated like community service kind of energy.
Learn how to be a girl's girl.
Literally, because they are not a girl's girl.
No.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah. At least not now.
Yeah.
And all of the men, honestly, all of the men except for Peter should join like an anti-manosphere class.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, they're not allowed to listen to Joe Rogan.
Yes, exactly.
No more Joe Rogan.
What about Frank?
Frank,
I mean, he does look like a convict. Jail does seem like a good answer here.
Yeah.
I think that he shouldn't be allowed to, like, there needs to be like a gag order on Frank. Like if he knows any tea or he thinks he knows tea or he wants to lie about something, like court ordered, can't say it. Like he cannot spill anything until someone else brings it up.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. And how about Stassi? I mean, she might not.
She deserves.
She's
23 and she's a catch.
Yeah, she gets a first class ticket to literally anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, literally.
She needs
stay there, please.
To start a new life.
Yeah, literally. Absolutely.
Witness protection.
Spoiler alert, she doesn't do that. She stays in Los Angeles. But thank God she does, because it means we have so much VPR to talk about.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she deserves so much better than all of these people.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
And Peter's hanging out. He gets to be a guest dancer at Chippendales.
There it is.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I think I really want Peter on the pod. So what do we think about Vanderpump so far?
Crazy.
This is like the first 5 episodes.
I now understand why you would give up your two arms to
watch
this
whole
show.
arms
to watch this over again.
Yeah. Oh
and
my God.
This is not even this is one plot line from season 1.
That's.
Want to start over and I can tell it again?
Yeah, let me real quick chop off one of your arms and we'll do this again.
We'll do it again.
Got it.
And then you can do the other one and then we'll do it again.
I would go through the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Wow.
Just to rewatch this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Reality Bomb.
All right, welcome back. This is our segment called Crimes of Fashion, in which I, a straight cis white man, am given names to look up and look up that name plus fashion bad. I have no idea about fashion in general, and my co-hosts rate these images that I found.
Yeah. So just a reminder, we rate on a 1 to 5 scale, like the
All Dressed to Impress.
All Dressed to Impress. Let's get started. We're starting with Stassi Schroeder here today. She's done a lot better.
This is fun. It looks like she's in like a white jumpsuit kind of situation, or like a white shirt and white pants.
It almost looks like the pants might be almost khaki-ish, like a gray brown. I don't know.
Yeah, they're still very light.
They're very wide, wide-legged pants.
And then there's she has like a brown jacket or cardigan kind of situation where around the hips it goes from brown to light blue to dark blue kind of gradient. And
then is that a dark blue purse she's holding?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
It looks like she has nude shoes on too. Honestly, I enjoy this. I think it's nice and simple.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I think brown and blue are a really good combination.
Yeah.
My only thing is like the wide leg pants and the cardigan. It's like a little much.
Mm-hmm. I think the only thing for me is I think I'd like a necklace, perhaps.
Yeah, that's fair. She
like
just loses her hips in this one.
Yeah. It feels like a fun little casual kind of like flowy thing. Like honestly, it's kind of giving me like low-key Kesha and like in more like her clean girl era.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I got you.
It feels like easy breezy. Honestly, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. I actually quite like this.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I think Stassi's done way better. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
That's fair.
I'd give it a 3.
Okay, I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, get ready.
All right. Oh
Hell yeah!
my God.
So this is Tom Sandoval. He is on the red carpet of BravoCon 2023. And man, we've got a look here. Okay, so he has a black suit jacket on with no shirt. So you just see like the center of his chest, which is like very smooth. So like clearly he waxes, which like, good to you. And then he has what looks like a denim kilt, honestly, because it's a skirt, but it's like it goes down like almost like past his knees. It's like quite long. It's like a medium wash denim, so it kind of looks weird with the black suit jacket. And then he has black dress shoes and like mid-calf black socks. And he also has really dark sunglasses on, like chunky sunglasses.
So this was after Scandival.
Okay.
And I remember just seeing all over social media that Sandoval showed up in a kilt to shirtless with a kilt to BravoCon.
Shirtless but not jacketless, which is what really is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to like this. Like I want if the kilt and the jacket matched, I think I'd eat this up.
Okay, so I'd like to give him props for doing something.
For sure. Yeah,
because most men don't.
Oh my God, men on the red carpet.
Awful.
Talk about the Met Gala.
Have you ever watched Hot Lamode on YouTube?
No.
Oh my God. It's spectacular. Highly recommend. He like roasts everybody on the red carpet.
Good. Hell yeah.
And it's always the men that just do not show up.
Yeah. So it's like even if you're trying something, like I'm going to give you a little bit of
This is bad.
This is bad.
But you know what? I can guarantee you Tom thought he ate.
And confidence is like 90% of an outfit.
And if you're a narcissist, it's easy to be confident.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Frankly, I wish
Is that a necklace?
It looks like he might have a chain.
Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell if it's a chain on the blazer.
I think it's a necklace.
It's a necklace?
I don't think it's on the blazer.
Okay.
The blazer is also cropped on the arms, which is interesting. It doesn't go all the way down to the wrist.
Looks like a women's blazer.
I think
it does.
Is.
Yeah, I think
so.
Okay,
yeah.
If the jacket and the kilt matched, I think I would give this a 5 out of 5, to be honest.
Is it? Yeah, I don't like the boots.
I don't think they're boots. I think they're dress shoes with tall socks.
The tall socks?
Yeah.
I don't like that they're patent leather. Yeah, like
that with the kilt makes it look like his bottom half is in the military.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's like G.I. Joe but gay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, was he ever not gay? G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, unclear.
Probably,
Yeah,
sure.
Queer icon.
Yeah, exactly.
Queer icon.
G.I. Joe.
It's like queer icon the Babadook.
Exactly.
Literally.
Yeah, right. If Ben has something to say about it, you know it's bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 5, honestly, but with the star that if it were executed a little bit better, it could have been a 4 to 5.
I'm giving it a 2.
Okay.
Because
A for effort.
he went for it. Yeah, and that deserves effort.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that deserves a star.
Mm-hmm.
He's done better. He's done worse.
Yeah.
This is pretty
He's
bad.
done worse?
Yeah.
Oof.
There's one season where he has like blonde streaks in his hair. I mean, it's like, and he wears like a scarf all the time. Like it's like bad. Yeah, like this
it's
is
like a cry for help.
Yeah. So this is like, for Sandy, this is like not the worst thing he's ever done.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing he's ever done is, cheated on Ariana with her best friend. But
yeah.
This
is the worst thing he's ever done that we know about.
That we are aware of. Yeah, right.
Who knows?
Right. Yeah.
It does, like, not to bring it back to Dress to Impress, but it does feel like when you try and do, like, a male character on Dress to Impress, like, the clothing options are so much more limited.
Can I say, if the blazer were not buttoned, this could also be a different...
I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because
the top half is very formal, and the bottom half feels like... like utilitarian.
Yeah, like a stripper at a gay bar trying to do something military.
Yeah.
Except that no stripper at a gay bar would
wear
this and execute it this poorly.
No, not a chance.
Yeah. That's the problem with Tom, is that he wants to be gay, but he doesn't have the sensibility of a gay.
Just hire one.
Right.
You're in West Hollywood.
Right.
How hard can it be to find a gay stylist?
I know. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll give this a 2.
I respect that.
Yeah.
It's still a 1 for me.
Yeah,
but
that's valid. Yeah.
All right, last one here.
Katie. All right. What is happening
You can describe
here?
that one because I don't know how to begin with that.
This looks to be somewhere between a jacket and a dress.
Yeah.
It's long sleeve, but like comes up above the knee. It is black, and it looks like it has gold fringe, maybe sequins. It is so hard to tell.
It's really hard to tell. It's
and
like very boxy.
It is very boxy. There's like stripes to it. This is so hard to explain. There looks to be like some white thing in the front, but I can't tell if that's just like
I think that's
flash.
just a flash respect. I need to get closer to look at this.
She's wearing sheer tights as well, which I always love.
Okay, so upon further inspection, it is a jacket dress situation.
Yeah.
And the stripes that we see, there's big sequin rows, those like black kind of parts, and then underneath it are smaller gold sequins.
Okay.
And then there'll be another strip of like the base fabric before the big black sequins start again.
Got it.
So that's kind of that repeating pattern that we're seeing. You guys have to look at this photo because there's no way
There's no way I can describe this. Yeah. And it looks like she's wearing some form of like dangly earring. Maybe?
Yeah.
You know, I don't think this is the best picture, but
I think it's a horrible picture.
But I think that it probably looked better in a different. I mean, she looks like she's been caught. She looks startled. Yeah. Like it's not a good photo.
Yeah.
If she were like working on the runway or like on a red carpet, I think this probably looks better.
I think it probably looks a lot better without so much direct light on it. I think probably in person with ambient lighting, I think it's probably quite sharp.
It's a little confusing here.
Yeah, it feels like a disco ball.
A little bit. Yeah.
Since it does look like it like zippers or buttons in the front, I do think I'd like it more if she had like a little black dress underneath and then had this open.
Absolutely.
I think that'd look a lot more flattering.
Yeah, because it's giving like marching band.
It really is. It's giving marching band uniform if there were sequins all over it.
It's the shoulder pads.
Yeah, the shoulder pads, totally.
Yeah.
And like it looks like, I can't tell, but it looks like the sleeves might be a little wider. Actually, I really can't tell. They might actually not even remotely be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's also like it's like buttoned all the way up to her throat.
All the way up.
Yeah.
So I will say that Katie's fashion has like been a fun. She's very punk. So like her fashion has really like evolved and flourished over the last couple years.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give this a 3 out of 5 because I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I think it probably looks a lot better in person.
And I also think she went for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this a 3 as well. Yeah.
It's just like a fascinating piece to try and understand.
Yeah, I need to see this in different context. Yeah. Ben, come on now.
I'm sorry. You can only grab so many photos from name, fashion bad.
Yeah. I would say, who do we think is the worst here? I feel like, Sandoval.
I think Sandoval.
But like, okay, counterpoint. Sandoval like did something.
Yeah.
Stassi, I felt like did not.
I get that, but I think we also shouldn't be putting too much stock in a man doing the bare minimum.
You
know what I mean?
Right.
So it's
You're
like
right.
Yeah,
Fair
sure.
enough. Yeah.
You know?
Touche.
I think Tom's is the worst. And again, I say that if there were a couple changes, I would probably be loving that so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think his is the worst.
What's his punishment?
No more beauty products.
That's always your default. He can't wax his chest anymore.
Yeah. Or shave his forehead.
Yeah.
I
forgot about that.
Yeah. How could you? Yeah. Literally. He literally. Yeah. And I think Katie's probably the winner here.
I think so too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because this one, it's very easy to imagine that it's better in context in person.
She literally she looks.
Stunned.
Yeah, she looks
stunned.
shocked.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of laughed when it came out because I saw her face. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and assume this looked better in a different context.
And honestly, I think Stassi's is a good kind of casual look. So I think hers is fine. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
yeah, I think Katie wins here because I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, but also because everybody else was not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. You can find us everywhere at Reality Bombshell. You can choose your favorite podcasting app and set it to automatic download so you never miss an episode.
And you can find our Crimes of Fashion segments on YouTube if you want to see the outfits.
Yes, because I'm sure seeing them will be a lot easier than just listening to me and Ariel describe them, to be honest. So thank you so much to Isaac Toub for our theme song. Thank you to Tim Schools for our logo. I've been Kelson.
I'm Ben.
I'm Ariel.
Bombs
away.
Reality Bombshell.